Hey guys! So I realize that I'm a little tardy to the party on this because the book came out 10 years ago, but I have finally read 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Excellent novel. It does deal with heavy things because it's about this girl named Hannah Baker who decided to commit suicide. So instead of deciding to leave a traditional suicide letter that explained everything, she recorded 13 different messages on cassette tapes and mailed them to one person, and that person is supposed to deliver them to the next person, and so on and so forth. So each person is supposed to give it to the next person that the cassette tapes talk about. So eventually these tapes go to 13 different people. But where we pick up in the order of things is not with the first person or with the last person. We're somewhere in the middle. And so Jay Asher wrote a beautiful dual narrative where you're getting to see how Clay Jensen, who is the person who we're getting to see experience the receiving of the tapes, and then you are hearing what is said on every single tape. So you get to get Hannah's story in addition to seeing how Hannah's story is affecting one specific individual. The whole experience of the novel was just really interesting, especially because one of the things that I don't know if Jay Asher had this done or the publisher had it done. I don't know whose decision it was, but if you type in the search bar of YouTube for 13 Reasons Why, they have a channel that has a recording of somebody. I'm not really sure who the voice they have of Hannah for these tapes, and you can hear Hannah saying parts of it. It doesn't give the full tapes of it, but it kind of summarizes each tape, which gives you a glimpse into Hannah's story specifically. And it's a really cool way to, I guess, secondhand experience the novel. I'm sure a lot of people went and found those and listened to those because it's something that it mentions on the back of the novel. If you're wanting an idea of the novel, you could go and listen to those, but it will honestly kind of spoil the experience. Getting to hear someone portray Hannah's voice after reading all of that, it added something different because you could hear more inflection, and while I wasn't necessarily getting the entire tape, it gave me a better idea, I guess, of who Hannah was. And I don't know, I thought it was really cool. Just the whole idea of recording tapes to send it, I mean, they acknowledge the fact that, that is a rather ancient form of media sharing. The fact that the characters acknowledge that it's kind of like an old form of media. There are questions in the back of, at least of my copy of the novel, where the author answers a few things, and he addresses the reason why he picked cassette tapes, and because he has the characters acknowledge the fact that it's old, it helps make it so this can be a present day novel regardless of what year it is. So this could be easily taken as it happened in 2017, even though the novel was published 10 years ago. And I think that's really cool, and it was really smart on Jay Asher's part, especially considering they've now adapted that into a Netflix original series. One of the things I also thought was really interesting is the way that Hannah Baker chose to try and motivate these people to listen to all of these from beginning to end, is the fact that there was a second set of tapes that she gave to somebody else, which you don't really find out who she does that until towards the end, which I had so many different speculations about all of this. And I don't want to share those speculations. If you want to talk about those speculations, leave comments below. We can totally talk about these things in the comments, but for the sake of keeping this video spoiler free, I am not going to say anything. The fact that there's a second set of tapes is the reason why most people, listened all the way through and then sent them on to the next person, because if they stopped circulating, whoever had the second set of tapes was supposed to release them. And therefore everybody would know. It wouldn't just be those 13 people who are on the tapes knowing the ins and outs and the secrets of the whole thing. I totally recommend, if you have not read this, read this before you watch the series. just do it that way. It'll probably work better in the long run, but we'll see if my opinion changes as, you know, I go and watch this. So yeah, that's it for me. I will see you next video. Bye.